I'm Chef Scott, and this is Devil's Food Kitchen. Today we're making key lime pie with Italian meringue. A printable recipe and all of the tools I'm using for this recipe can be found in the description below. Let's get started. This graham crust is stupid simple. Just combine the graham crumbs, the sugar, and the melted butter until well mixed. I'm using a cake ring to make my shell, and it starts by building the base. This mixture is pretty greasy from the butter at this stage, so I like to use gloves. Press the mixture onto a sheet pan lined with parchment paper or a silpat. I like to lightly roll it to make an even layer. Use the cake ring to press into the layer of crust, creating a perfect fitting base. Next, using the crust mixture like wet sand, build the walls of the shell, pressing the mixture into the sides of the ring and into the base. The thickness of the shell is really up to you, but I make mine about 1/4 inch or 6 millimeters thick. Use more mixture than you need, pressing the excess up over the lip of the cake ring. That excess can be removed as the last step. And yes, there are quicker ways to do this, but I think the quality of the finished shell using this method is the best and the most customizable. Strike the excess mixture off of the top of the cake ring, then make one more pass with a paring knife. Begin the filling by combining the key lime juice and sugar in a sauce pot. Bring the mixture to a simmer, and while it's heating, combine the whole eggs, egg yolks, and salt. Once the lime juice begins to simmer, reduce the heat to medium-low and add the eggs, whisking rapidly while adding to avoid any curdling. It's really important that you continue whisking from this point on. Cook the mixture, whisking constantly until it thickens and reaches 180 Fahrenheit or 82 Celsius. Remove the sauce pot from the heat and transfer the filling to a heat-safe container. Then add the cold butter. Hand blend or whisk the filling until fully emulsified. Fill the pie shell, then cover the filling with plastic wrap and refrigerate for 12 to 24 hours. Once the filling is set, release the crust from the silpat with an offset spatula. I remove the cake ring with a blowtorch, but if you don't have one, you can place the pie in a warm oven just long enough to heat the cake ring to remove it. If using a blowtorch, apply very light heat and make sure that the dish that the pie is sitting on is heat safe. Don't blowtorch on your silpat or you may ruin it. Combine the sugar and water in a sauce pot and heat over medium-high heat. Once the sugar begins to simmer, you don't want to whisk anymore or you may crystallize the syrup. Once the syrup begins to boil, begin whipping your egg whites on medium speed. Cook the sugar syrup to 244 Fahrenheit or 118 Celsius. Begin to whisk the egg whites on high speed and carefully pour the syrup down the side of the bowl. You want to avoid pouring the syrup over the whisk. Whisk the meringue on medium-high speed until it cools and thickens and develops a glossy sheen. Whisking time varies, but is usually 10 to 15 minutes. Zest the limes directly into the finished meringue to preserve as much essential oil and flavor as possible. Give the meringue a gentle fold to incorporate the zest. I'm using a large star pastry tip to apply the meringue, but you can use whatever meringue application method you like. Once piped, lightly brown the meringue with a blowtorch. If you don't happen to have a blowtorch or don't want to use one, you could place the pie in a 450 Fahrenheit or 232 Celsius oven for a few minutes, which creates a soft, even browning over the entire surface of the meringue. I think this key lime pie is perfect for summer. It's really easy to make, and the flavors are bright and refreshing. I hope you give the recipe a try. I'm Chef Scott, and until next time, thanks for watching.